my channel. My name is Miley and this is my piano house build, and today I'm gonna tell you guys another story of how this house came to be. Our character today is a young girl who grew up in the countryside or just a small town, and her name is Annabel. When she was growing up, her mother wouldn't let her play music, but she always find herself into music. She will walk down the hallway in school and she hear music and she wants to go and listen to it and check it out. And she'll ask her mom, can she join the band at school? And her mom will say no. And she'll ask her mom, can I at least join the choir? Her mom said no, and she just didn't have any win in this. She can't even just listen to music. Her mom would not let her, and so her uncle bought her a little radio, and she'll keep it out in the barn so nobody, and so her mom wouldn't find it, and she'll hide it out there, and she'll just listen to it while she's out there taking care of the animals and whatever else. And during school time, she will go and sit and listen to the music at school, listen to them play. And then one day she noticed that the band room was open and nobody was inside of it. So she walked in there and she saw a piano just sitting in the corner, and she decided to go and mess with it, and she just started playing it. And then the teacher came in and he was like, wow, you're a natural. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to touch this. I'm gonna be leaving now. And he was like, so why don't you just join band, why don't you join piano class? And she's like, oh no, I can't do that. My mother won't let me join any music. She won't let me learn any instruments or anything. I cannot disobey my mother because she's my only parent, and I don't want to disappoint her in the things that she wants from me. And the band teacher is like, wow, that is very interesting. And who's your mother? And so she told her mother name and everything, and she's like, so you're Travis's kid? And she's like, who? And they're like, Travis, your mom didn't tell you about your dad? And she's like, my dad died in an accident a long time ago when I was a baby. And she was like, yeah. And did you tell your mom what was the accident and what happened? And she was like, I figure it was a car crash. And the teacher's like, well, it's not my family business, so I shouldn't talk so much and shouldn't tell you anything, so you have a good day. And she's like, okay. And she kept looking at that piano. And so the music teacher was like, well, if you really want to during after school, if I don't have lessons, you could just come in here and play for fun. And she's like, really? You promise you won't tell my mom though, right? And the music teacher's like, I promise. And so almost every day after school, she will tell her mom that, she has after school things to do and whatever else. And her mom was like, okay, as long as you don't come home too late, to take care of the animals, it's fine. And so she'll ask her friend to stay with her and whatever else too. And so she keeps staying after school to just go and play the piano. And then the teacher was like, if you want, I could teach you a little bit more because you're such a natural at it. And she's like, oh no, it's okay. But she just kept messing with it. And then her uncle came and she was like, you're not gonna tell my mom, are you? And her uncle's like, oh no, I promise I won't tell your mom, but I got you a present. And she's like, what? And he bought her a guitar. He was like, so you don't have to lie to your mom anymore, because I know how much it hurt you to lie to your mom, but I bought you a guitar so you can learn a little bit more music. I know it's not the same, but it's still music, and I know how much you love music. And her uncle is from her dad's side. And so she hid the guitar in her barn too. And so she will go out there and sometimes play and just, play for fun, try to do it herself. And one day she went to ask her mom. She's like, Mom, will you be really mad at me if I decide to do music, you know, because it's my passion and I just want to do music. And her mom just snapped. Her mom's like, why do you want to do music so much? I told you don't go into music. Why can't you do something else besides music? And she's like, is this something to do with dad? And her mom's like, what did you hear? What are you talking about? What did who told you what? And she was like, I didn't hear anything, but I can't believe that you would lie to me about that. And her mom was just like, has your uncle been talking to you again? Has he been telling you stories? And she was like, what stories? How did my dad die? And her mom was like, well, I guess you're old enough and I'm not really lying to you. I just didn't tell you the whole story of how your dad died. And her mom, and she just looked at her mom. She's like, so you didn't lie to me? Dad did die in an accident? And her mom was like, yeah. And she was like, in a car accident? And her mom was like, no, Annabelle, your dad died in a plane crash. And she's like, all these years I thought he died in a car crash. And her mom was like, no, Annabelle, he died in a plane crash. He was a pianist and a composer, so he was really big and popular, and he traveled a lot to different places to show off his talent and stuff. And that's how we met, because your dad came to my town and I went to one of his concerts and had backstage, and so that's where we met, and we just got chemistry and started bonding, and then a few years later we got married. And I did start going on tour with him, but then I got pregnant with you and I didn't go anymore because I was just gonna stay home and take care of you. And then one day your dad was going on an international concert and his plane crashed. And she just looked at her mom. She's like, Mom, why did you never tell me this? And she's like, well, because I just figured to tell you that he died in an accident instead of the whole story, you know, as long as you knew what happened to your dad. And she's like, but you didn't tell me he was a musician, and why would you stop me from loving music if my dad loved music? And her mom was like, because I don't want the same thing to happen to you. I don't want to lose you like I lost your dad. And she just looked at her mom. She's like, you're not gonna lose me the same way, Mom, but you're gonna lose me if you don't let me do this, because I want to do music. And don't you think that that's because I am my father's daughter? That's why I want to do music, and that's why I love do music. And her mom's like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? She's like, Uncle bought me a guitar and I've been practicing music after school. And her mom was like, you've been lying to me? And she's like, I didn't lie to you. I just told you I've been staying after school to learn new things. And she was like, okay, so you've been learning the piano behind my back. She's like, Mom, it's something I want to do and something I dream of doing. Why can't you just let me do it? I'm pretty sure Dad would have been proud that I want to follow his dreams. And the mom just got quiet. Mom was like, so what are you thinking about? She's like, I want to move to the city. I want to go to the city and pursue my dreams, make it big. And her mom was like, you're just gonna leave like that? And she's like, yes, Mom, I'm graduating high school in a few more months here, and I'm gonna leave afterwards. And her mom's like, okay, I'm not gonna stop you, but please be careful and visit. And so Annabelle left home and she went to college into learning more music and to become a composer. So she learned to love do more music, and she was such a natural. She learned the whole guitar, the violin, and the piano. And so whenever she misses home, she would just start playing the piano. And so she became popular as her dad. And so she was like, you know what, since now I am very famous and I'm making a lot of money, why don't I move my mom to live with me? but we're not gonna really stay in the city. I'm gonna go buy a plot of land and build me a house. And so that's when the piano house was built, because she decided to build the piano house in remembrance of her dad. And her mom was like, your dad would have been really proud. And she's like, thanks, Mom. And so yeah, she built this piano house. She makes sure, to have her mom ideas in it too, and have her mom help her with it, because she didn't really know her father and her mom knew her dad. But so she, since her and her dad really loved the piano, she made this piano house, and she makes sure that it wasn't forgotten, and so she has two pianos in this house, a recording room, and she actually have her favorite guitar in her bedroom. As you guys can see right now, we are in her room. Yes, and so she put her guitar in her room, and she has her little computer just in case she decided to write her music when she is asleep, because her mind never really stopped, because she just keeps thinking of the music all the time, like the beat and stuff. So she'll be sleeping, and then she'll be dreaming about it or whatever, and then she'll get up, she's like, oh my gosh, I gotta write this down. And that is why she decided to build the recording studio in her house too, because she got tired of constantly driving to the recording studio to try to record her music and whatever else. So she was like, you know what, since I'm building my own house, I'm gonna build a recording studio in my house too, so I could just record my music whenever I want and listen to it whenever I want. So she actually have a lot of her own instrument in her own recording. Yeah, I really like her room. I think it's really cute. I didn't close her bathroom. It's because I think it's really pretty like that. I've been to a house and they have that, and so I thought it was really cute. And so I actually put speakers in her room, because she'll like to listen to her music or other people's music, just the nice calm music, and or whatever music she decided to listen to. But I put speaker in her room, so when she's watching TV or getting up or taking a bath, she could listen to her the music, because she is a big music lover, as you guys can see, because she built a piano house. And I decided to put those CD on the side there too, because you gotta have a copy. I know a lot of you guys are like, chickadee is digital all these days, but some people still like CDs, like hide it or whatever else. It's just a Sims thing, I guess. There's no USB drive, so I was just like, okay, we'll just put CD. And I really like the colors I put in here. I just find it like it's really Annabel, because Annabel is not really girly girl, because she grew up countryside, she's really close to her uncle. She didn't have any siblings, and she's really close to her mom too, but her mom was never really a girly girl. And that's why you guys notice, you're like, this house is owned by two girls. Yes, it's owned by two girls, Annabelle and her mom. It's just not super girly girl, because we don't like all that girly girlness. But it's not too masculine too, I don't think. I think it's very neutral. And so, as being famous and popular as Annabelle is, she's gotta keep her image too. She gotta look good and stay healthy. So that is why she has a gym next to her bedroom. So, like when she wake up in the morning, she could go work out and have her coffee. So that's why her coffee is in her gym too, because so she doesn't have to go downstairs and get coffee and then come back upstairs and work out. She could just get up, get her coffee, and start working out. And so Annabelle is really big on helping other kids pursue their dreams. So she actually opened up a foundation, like a charity place to help kids learn music in the way they want it, and just help them understand music and whatever else. And if she see a good talent, she will bring them to her house and show them her recording room and start recording them, and maybe give them a label record. And you never know who you'll meet out there. So yeah, Annabelle is a very strong woman. She hasn't met the right guy yet. Who knows when she will meet the right guy? Maybe he will be a musician too. You never know. But yeah, I make sure there are paintings of music around the house. It's just so you know that a musician live here. Hint the piano house. But yeah, Annabelle is not really big into like super colorful stuff, so that is why I don't really put a lot of colors in this house too. As you guys can tell, there's a lot of gray, black, and if you guys were like, well, the living room is kind of a little bit girly-ish, is because she let her mom decorate the living room. Of course, if you let your mother move in to live with you, you gotta give her a room to decorate because she's your mother. You know what I mean? So yeah, Annabelle let her mom decorate her mom's room and her in the living room, and that's why there's those touches. Yep. So Annabelle still goes and do music. She has a little bit of a composing, but she is not a big composer like her dad. I don't think she is famous as her dad yet. At this point in time, maybe one day she dreamed to be as famous as Trevor, the great pianist and composer. But for now, she isn't, and so her house is very popular. A lot of people talk about it, and but it's only guests, people that she trusts and love could come to her house. Not just anybody could come check out the piano house. There is a reason why she built it the way she did, because I haven't gone to the outside yet, but you cannot just walk up to the house. It's actually a little bit difficult. You guys will see once I get there. Oh, and right here, the studio room, I decided to do it like this, because you have studio space, right? I mean, the studios usually have like a lot of buttons and whatever else. And then I was like, this just doesn't look right. And I decided to use the DJ booth because they look a lot more like recording studio equipment, you know what I mean? So that's why I decided to put this here instead. Look at that, doesn't that look awesome? So I decided to use that instead, and then I just used I decided to decorate the rest of the room. As I was building this house, my husband was like, well, Liberace love piano too, but I guess he does have a piano swimming pool, and so that's where I got my idea from too. So I gave Annabelle a piano swimming pool downstairs too, because a beautiful girl with good talents and still gotta look good, stay fit like I said earlier. So she's gotta have a swimming pool, and who knows, since she is famous now and rich, and she has a lot of friends, actual friends, not just people that see her because she's popular, people that actually are close to her and know her and grew up with her. So she will actually invite them every now and then to have parties at her house, even though they don't really go upstairs. She don't really let them like go right into the house. They just go into the living room and the bathroom and the kitchen and the swimming pool. Yeah, so she actually I actually have a bar place downstairs right next to the swimming pool also. So yeah, so she throws a little bit of party and stuff. Which famous people doesn't throw parties, right? Right. But I hope you guys enjoy this build and Annabelle's story of becoming a musician. And a thumbs up if you guys like it, and subscribe if you guys haven't. Enjoy the rest of the build and screenshots coming towards the end. You guys have a good weekend, have a good day or good night wherever you guys may live, and bye guys.